Singing all together, singing with delight. Scholars here together, futures looking bright. Everybody's singing a song, everybody's singing a song. Everybody sing all day long, everybody sing all day long. We are singing, tracking the tiger, sitting nice and tall, hands in our lap, voices up. Thank you. Here's what we're doing in music today. Middle Academy scholars will be able to first move to music. Second, discover our secret word of the day. 3, discover the significance of spirituals. And sing Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. Those are our goals for the day. So the first thing we're going to do is move to music. I have here my dancing scarf. So find something that you can use to show what you hear in the music. Just a quick reminder, if I notice that the music is largo, my scarf will move in a largo way. If I notice the music is maybe allegro, my scarf will move in an allegro way. If I notice that the music is legato, it's going to move legato. If I notice that the music is staccato, my scarf will move staccato. Fast, slow, smooth, jumpy. If I notice that I hear mostly high sounds, I might put my scarf up here. If I hear lots of low sounds, I'm going to put the scarf down here. So you're going to make your scarf match the music. I'm going to play a song on my piano because my piano's got some groovy tunes pre-tuned. So if you need to find like a kitchen towel or a winter scarf, grab that. If you have nothing else, just use your hands to do it. Here we go. I believe it was number 7. So let's talk about what we heard as we listened to that song. That song was called When the Saints Go Marching In, by the way. It's a popular jazz song. Okay, the first thing I noticed when I heard the music was I heard a trumpet sound and I heard a piano sound. Trumpets are a high-sounding instrument, the highest instrument in the brass family, so I put my scarf kind of high when I was doing it. Piano can be high and low, but a lot of the sounds I heard were high sounds. I thought that sound was pretty bouncy, so my scarf was just kind of bopping around. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I would say that is allegro, maybe presto, so my scarf was moving pretty fast. So yeah, we're going to keep working on that, moving to music. You can put your scarf away for now. Second thing we're going to do is discover our secret word of the day. So I'm going to get my handy dandy whiteboard out. We're going to do a really long one today, but it should go pretty quick if we take a couple little shortcuts. So first I'm going to draw my staff, which is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. And because we're in middle school and all of our voices are kind of the same part, or if we're playing an instrument, we're playing high-sounding instruments, I'm going to draw a treble clef at the beginning of my staff because everything we do sounds a little bit higher. Okay, this is the long word. I'm going to draw the lines first, kind of like when you play that word guessing game you play sometimes. I'm going to give you a couple letters for free though. Alright, it's got a long word. I'm going to extend my staff a little bit because I ran out of room. Some of the letters that we're going to use today are repeated letters, so that'll help us get through it a little bit faster. I'm going to draw these notes pretty quickly today, so they're maybe not going to look as pretty as they normally do when I draw them. But we'll still be able to read what I'm writing, I'm sure. Notice that some of these notes that I'm drawing look like they're upside down. That's just because they're higher on the staff. When notes are high on the staff, usually, not always, the stem goes a different direction. Okay, so there, we have to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different notes to figure out our secret word of the day. So let's do it. We're going to go as fast as we can. Is that one on a line or in a space? That one's on a line. I can tell it's on a line because the line goes straight through the head of the note. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. If it's on a line, a sentence is fine. Every good burger deserves fries. Every good burger deserves fries. What word did I say when I hit the head of that note? I said good, and good starts with the letter G. So on my blank below, I'm going to write the letter G. Next one, is it on a line or in a space? And this one's a little bit higher. It's in a space, and if it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. Spell the word face as you go from low to high. F-A-C-E. F-A-C-E. What letter did I say as I hit the head of that note? That was the letter A. So I'm going to put an A underneath. So G-A-L. Okay, next one. Is it on a line or in a space? That one's also in a space, and as I look, I notice that it is in the same space as the note we just did. They are exactly the same. That means it's going to be the exact same letter. So before we said that that was an A, so I know automatically that this is also an A. Alright, so now we have G-A-L-A. Got 2 more to do. Maybe you can see a shortcut that we're going to do in a minute here. This one on a line or in a space? It's in a space. If it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. If it's in a space, you use your face. F-A-C-E, F-A-C-E. What letter did I say when I hit the head of that note? That's a C. C, C. Alright, then I have a T. I have my I. Then I have my last note, and oh, I noticed the same thing that happened before happened again. We doubled up, same note, so we don't really need to figure out. We wrote C here, so we know that this is also a C. C, G-A-L-A-C-T-I-C. A long word that spells galactic, which means something from the galaxy, out in space. Whenever I use the word galactic, I think of Toy Story and Buzz Lightyear, actually. But I listened to a really interesting podcast about space just the other day, which was pretty cool. Okay, we're going to keep working on Secret Word of the Day for the next 2 weeks, and then we're going to be transitioning over and learning more about rhythms, which will be fun. Okay, the next thing on our list of things to do is to discover the significance of spirituals. And this might be new information for some of you. Some of you might have learned this in like a history lesson or something. So you might know some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you, but this might be new to you. I'm going to go through it pretty quickly, but I feel like this is a very important topic. So if, as we go through this, you have questions, feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to talk to you a little bit more about it. Okay, significance is a word that means the importance, the things that we need to remember from history. And spirituals, I have a few notes that I wrote down so I don't forget to tell you all the wonderful things. A spiritual is a religious folk song. They're usually based in some kind of religion. And they were sung at the end of the 18th century, so that's like the 1700s, up until the 1860s, around 1865. And these were songs that were written, composed, sung, improvised, mostly by African American slaves in the southern United States during the time of slavery. Slavery ended with the 13th Amendment in 1865. So after that happened, the tradition of spirituals changed and adjusted, and it formed a new type of music. I have a quote here that tells us why these songs were called spirituals, and it is a verse from the Bible. Now I know that not everybody celebrates the same religion, so I'm not preaching here. I'm just telling you the words that created the term spirituals. It says, speaking to yourselves in songs and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. So it's just a song about to whatever greater power that you worship. You sing songs in your heart to do so. So songs of celebration, songs of worship, songs of praise. These songs were central to people's lives, meaning that they used them in daily life. They might have a song that they would sing when they were doing this activity or doing this activity in daily life, but they were also in like times of celebration, life events. So it might be a song that they sang when someone was born. It might be a song that they sang when someone got married, a song at someone's funeral. So they were really important to people's lives. And these were oral traditions, which means they didn't write these down. When they wanted to share a new song with a new family member or a new friend, they would sing the song, and that's how you would learn it. So like behind me I have the words written down. That's not how it was traditionally shared. It was traditionally sung orally. I just have the words here in case you are a visual learner. That's why I wrote that down. So these spiritual songs can express faith, so as we were talking about, whatever kind of worship you have. But they would also often sing about the sorrows or the hopes of life, because life for slaves back in the late 1700s and 1800s was not a happy life. But when we talk about the significance of things, the importance of things, we don't want to forget this part of history, because if we forget it, then it could repeat itself. And that's true of many terrible things that happened in history. So the more we remember it, the more we talk about it, the less likely it is to ever happen again. And we would never want anything like what happened back so many years ago to happen again. So these were usually sad songs. Quite often they were sad songs. They were usually sung in call and response form, which means there was a leader who sang something, and then a group of people who would echo something back. And a lot of times these were protest songs that said, we want change right now. What's happening to us is not okay. We need to fix it. And they were often also called coded songs, which are songs that had kind of a secret meaning. One of the most popular coded songs that comes to mind when I think about African American spirituals is the song Follow the Drinking Gourd. And the people who sang it were telling a story and kind of singing a map of the way to get from the southern states to freedom in the north. So that's kind of along the lines of what a lot of spirituals were. Traditionally, spirituals had drums that accompanied them, but then when over time they were banned from using drums, so they started using body percussion, which we've done a little bit before in music class, where you tap your body to make noise. And they also started to make new instruments, like the instrument that became the banjo was developed during this time, which is pretty cool. And these African American spirituals ended up, because they were so sorrowful, so full of sadness and pain, they eventually led to the invention of rhythm and blues, or blues music. If you're interested in blues music, a great person to look up is B.B. King, probably the most popular blues musician that's ever lived. As of today, who knows, one of you out there might be a popular blues musician one day. But those are some things that I thought were important for us to know about African American spirituals before we jumped into the song. So these were songs that were written by slaves back in the times of slavery in the 1800s. They were songs of worship, or they were songs that sang of sorrow, the hardships, and all the pain that slaves went through. And they were passed down orally, meaning verbally, sung to each other to teach them. Okay, I have the words to our song here. I'm going to try to scoot it back so we can see all the words. We're going to read through this song. At the beginning, I have a repeat sign. 2 lines with 2 dots. The first words are, sometimes I feel like a motherless child. And then at the end I wrote ×3 because we sing it 3 times. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, far, far away from home. So you can just tell in those words, this is a sorrowful song. This is a sad song. The song is telling us that you long for something that you miss from your life. So a motherless child would be someone whose mother is no longer with them. Some people who study African American spirituals think that this might be, the mother might be their home country and their homeland where all their family is. It just might be longing for your families, because a lot of times back during the time of slavery, families were split up and you just didn't get to see your family anymore, so you were all by yourself. Far, far away from home, so that country that they came from or the place where their family is. A long, long ways from home, then I got down on my knees and pray. Got down on my knees and pray. So you feel so sad. You're all alone. You're missing people who are important to you. You're missing your home. You're missing your family. And to the people who wrote this, they look to that greater power that they believed in to try to pray and get some relief and some calmness in their souls. So we're gonna sing through this a little bit. Push this out of the way. If you don't know all the words, that's okay. We're gonna break them down singing a little bit, and then we'll be done for the day. We have another spiritual that we're gonna be listening to in our next video. This song, Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child, was made popular by a wonderful singer whose name was Bessie Griffin. She's a beautiful vocalist. She had an amazing voice. So in the description below, I'm going to put a link to Bessie Griffin singing through Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child, in case you want to extend your learning and hear it sung in a very beautiful way. Okay, so I'm going to sing through this quickly. Sorry as I adjust all my things. And then we're going to just break it down and sing it just a little bit. Okay? So it sounds like this. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Far, far away from home. A long, long ways from home. Then I got down on my knees and prayed. Got down on my knees and prayed. Okay, so we're just going to take a little bit of that, sing it piece by piece. So I'm going to sing, you copy me. My turn. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Times I feel like a motherless child. Your turn. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Let's do it again for good practice. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Next part, my turn. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Your turn. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Let's do that one again for good practice. Here we go. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Okay, my turn. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Your turn. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. That part is the same as what we sang at the beginning. So we sing those 3 times together, so let's put those 3 pieces together right now, and then we'll add in the stuff that's different. Here we go. All 3 beginning pieces together. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Okay, new part. My turn. Far, far away from home. Okay, I'm going to sing that again because I think I might have messed it up. I played the wrong note. It sounds like this. My turn again. Far, far away from home. Your turn. Far, far away from home. My turn. A long, long ways from home. Long, long ways from home. Your turn. Ready, go. A long, long ways from home. Okay. Let's add that. We're going to start back at the beginning and sing that far until the word home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Far, far away from home, a long, long ways from home. And then we just got a little bit left at the end after that. Here we go. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Far, far away from home. A long, long ways from home. Next part. Sounds like this. When I got down on my knees and prayed. Okay, I'm going to sing that one again. When I got down on my knees and prayed. We're going to add that in there. Okay, let's try it together. Here we go. When I got down on my knees and prayed. When I got down on my knees and prayed. Let's do that again. I think I might have played a wrong note there. Here we go. When I got down on my knees and prayed. Last little bit. Got down on my knees and prayed. Sounds like this. Got down on my knees and prayed. Got down on my knees and prayed. Sing that last part with me. Ready, go. Got down on my knees and prayed. Do that last part one more time for good measure. Ready, go. Got down on my knees and prayed. Alright, let's go back to the beginning. We're going to sing the whole thing through just one time. Then we'll wrap up with our trade exit. That'll be the last thing we do. There we go. Beginning. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Far, far away from home. A long, long ways from home. When I got down on my knees and prayed. Got down on my knees and prayed. Cool. If you like that, you want to reverse the video, sing it one more time, that's cool. Otherwise, look for that link in the description to that wonderful vocalist who sang this one so beautifully. Next time we have music, we're going to talk about another spiritual. That's a middle school song. We'll talk about its history a little bit, talk about its significance, review some of the stuff we talked about today with African American spirituals. We want to remember the stuff that's important to our history. Last thing we have to do today is our train exit. So breathe with me, Middle Academy. Here we go. Thanks for making music with me. I hope you have a magical musical day, and we'll see you next time.